It's a small stick that you use in your hand and wave with like a swish and a flick. A stick, the stick that they sold at the curio shop, was more of a staff.
Well, how much is a
Any first level cleric or inquisitor things on the wands or rings?
Anything that would count as a first level or a cantrip spell, there is a wand or ring that correlates to it.
Oh.
And they all cost like at most 100 GP, with the exception of the big wand, the wand with the very, very powerful magic. That one doesn't have a price listed.
I point to it. How much is this one?
And he's still fumbling with his alligator whose jaw got ripped off by being moved. And he says, I don't know if I should sell you that one.
How so? And why not?
Well, first of all, I haven't actually figured out what it does yet. It
Have you talked? Yeah, you are the guy that matters.
it kind of has a mind of its own.
How so?
Well, normal ones, if you just know how to, it takes a little bit of knowledge to figure them out. Like, you have to know the proper movements and all that. But, it's just a nice swish and a flick, and boom, your spell's out. This one, I have done every single wand trick in the book, and while I can tell it's magical, it is just not going for me. Sometimes it even vibrates in my hand like it's telling me to fuck off.
Well, just out of curiosity,
Okay.
how much would it cost if we were to convince you?
What sort of knowledge check would I do to figure out what it does? Like, would a knowledge religion check work, or knowledge?
It's a JoJo, isn't it?
You don't know enough to know which check to make.
I'm gonna try. Can I give it a try?
No. Does this look like a free spells shop? This is a buy spells shop. It's not a library. You buy what you want to use.
Well, don't you want to know what? Don't you want to think? How am I supposed to know whether or not I want to buy this one if you can't even tell me what it does?
If I want to know what this one does, I'll go out and I'll hire a magician that I know and trust, rather than just some rando who comes from the street and summons a crocodile from hell to try to impress me.
Considering anything so far, you don't really have a lot of other options.
Well, on the plus side, I've been making a pretty decent amount of money selling the rest of my stock, so I think I'm okay.
Okay, so do I do a diplomacy check to convince them?
I would love to see you do a diplomacy check.
How high is Aaron's diplomacy check?
That's a really good question. Has she ever used it?
I don't know. She might have.
Okay, 20. Say what you would diplomatize.
Look, we both know the things have gone to shit in this town. Honestly, finding out what that wand does, it gives, and the more magical firepower are available to defend this town, the better. And whatever the wand chooses the wizard, it clearly doesn't want to choose you. You don't really have anything to lose. Might as well try and see if I can use it.
He looks at you, he's like, the wand chooses the wizard? Where'd you go to school? Pig farts? Alright. He grabs the wand, he's like, you make a decent point. I will allow you to try out the wand.
Alright. I take it and kind of go outside first to make sure
you take a hold of the wand. And immediately you're not in the magic shop anymore.
Oh shit.
You're in some dungeon of a castle. And below you is a massive pit. Like at least 300 feet in diameter. Just a massive pit, a man-made pit, going deep, deep down to the point where you cannot see the bottom. At least at first, until it seems the bottom starts rising to the top of the pit. And you see that something is wriggling its ways out. Something with dozens, if not hundreds, of eerily glowing green eyes. And as it nears the surface of the pit, you also see that it's mostly mouth. A mouth lined with row upon row of sharp, needle-like teeth. It oozes a thick secretion as it squirms its way up out of the pit. And you can smell its fetid breaths fill the room as it gets close to the surface. At which point this vision blurs away from you, and you return to this world, and you look at your hand, and your hand is withered as it grasps the wand. Like mummified almost.
Did you just pull a Dumbledore on me?
He looks just as shocked as you. He's like, I don't know what.
I was talking out of character.
Oh, did I just pull a Dumbledore on you?
Am I going to get?
I don't think I pulled a Dumbledore on you. I feel I pulled a Voldemort on you. Is what I did.
Am I going to get killed by Alan Rickman now?
I mean, aren't we all?
I drop it.
Make a will save to drop it.
All right.
Oh, did you just grab the fucking Elder Wand?
You drop the wand, and when you do, your hand starts to return to its normal color and shape. The flesh begins to regenerate. The wand hits the ground with a dull clatter like any other stick would hit the ground.
Okay. Can I do a
Okay.
knowledge Arcana check to figure out what that is in terms of an item?
You can try.
While she's doing that, I'm going to use Mage Hand to pick it up and put it back in its case.
And the amazing crop quickly helps you and closes it. It's like, it's never done that before. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Oh my fucking god!
And that's like,
You motherfucker.
Oh my
Right. All right.
Thing I love about Discord, you can do this.
Knowledge Arcana. What just happened? Well, one, some sort of necromancy spell was cast on Ayara's hand, but one that quickly reversed itself. Two, some sort of prophecy magic happened, some sort of future-telling magic. Beyond that, you cannot say. You can't quite tell what happened. It's a magic unlike any other, like, in terms of, like, it's normal arcane magic. It's not divine magic or anything like that, but it's at a level that no matter how trained and researched in magic you are, you cannot comprehend.
Oh, hey, Rez is here.
Yo,
Hey,
what a mess.
horrifying taxidermy.
The gang found out that in the menagerie, Ivan, the half ogre, the menagerie is owned by a half ogre named Ivan, and that all the animals there were killed by the villagers in town during the early stages of this whole werewolf problem, because they assumed the monsters in the menagerie were the ones that were getting out and killing people. and now Ivan, his business in shambles, has been forced to taxidermize his little friends to try and keep afloat. But he's really bad at taxidermy, so it's not going very well. It was incredibly sad.
Mm-hmm.
Then the group checked out the Temple of Frankenhide, which, despite being ransacked, burnt, and just basically destroyed, is currently being inhabited by none other than Cookie the Clown that you guys have met a couple of times, who is currently trying to build a carnival, and the group talked to her, and she drew some pictures, and they figured out that she's building the carnival in an attempt to bring happiness and peace to the town, both the villagers and the werewolves, and that she desperately wants to just make everything right with some fun and games. And so the group helped her build some carnival devices. And now you guys are checking out. Now the gang is checking out the magic shop. And we'll say you come in just after Ayara touched a very powerful magic wand, saw a horrifying vision of some sort, and almost had her hand turned into a mummy hand.
Yeah.
In other words, some typical shit.
After Ayara got humiliated by a vastly superior wizard.
Oh yeah,
God.
this guy's a great wizard, by the way.
I saw the Spendrick post.
Yeah, he's a shitty wizard.
He's a shitty wizard, except for when it's funny.
Yep.
Oh shit. I need to turn off
Okay.
notifications.
Harry,
Okay.
that was fucking necromancy, right?
Probably. I'm not magic.
You're also the one the magic goth cliff, the magic one to goth cliff. All in favor of whacking, of hitting that thing with the goth cliff stick, like until it stops becoming all rotten handy. Say aye.
Nay.
The amazing Krupp, who is currently wrapping chains around the case of the wand, is like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with this goblet thing and whatever, but I am all for never touching this thing again.
I agree.
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure that channeling the power of a god into that thing is going to be enough. I'm pretty sure that might be enough.
Not if it's another god, and that spell was not any ordinary magic.
Yeah,
so
that
I'm
was
not gonna
that was
take
some
a
shit
chance
right
about
there.
that.
Did anyone actually try to identify the spell or magic?
They
It was
did.
a-
They did. I'll give you the answer to it. While there were some elements of like necromancy and some elements of prophecy magic, and the fact that this is not a divine item, it is definitely arcane magic in this magic wand. The level of magic was so intense and powerful that it defies known classification. In out of context terms, this is what we would call a legendary item.
Shit.
Like, this is not something you can research. This is not something you can build.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm wearing gauntlets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still feel your hand turn into a horrifying mummy hand when you're wearing gauntlets, I feel.
Yeah, armor doesn't really negate spells.
Yeah, true. That has been basically the thing I've been abusing quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to touch that with anything ever.
Mage hand, maybe.
Yes, what we just used.
Oh, sorry.
You know, you think we might be able to at least ask Gothwood Cliff with what the hell it is?
No, let's not abuse the power of gods.
I'm pretty sure something like that being ending up in the wrong hands would be a pretty fucking problem for everybody.
And it's not going to end up in the wrong hands. It's just being locked up.
Oh yeah, because that's
Very
always
good
stops
the amazing
people.
Krupp, as he goes into the back and you hear the sound of like a vault opening and then closing, and he's like, there. Not putting that on the showroom. Just gonna keep that secret until I get someone to tell me what the fuck it is.
Fair enough.
Wait. We could probably. And I just realized something. Could I teleport to Stoker?
Yes, you can teleport to Stoker.
But I don't think you can bring someone with you.
Could I ask her about? Okay, could I ask? I was wondering. Could I ask Willie about it?
You could totally try.
Okay. And give me a minute. Teleport out.
All right, you teleport into Stoker. Everything's great. Tad Cooper, the Faluda, is enjoying his slop, and I imagine you head to Willie's shop. Sadly, when you get there, you see a sign. The sign says "Out to lunch."
God damn it.
Typing intensifies.
What do you do?
Try go to the bowl of meat and see if she's there.
All right, you go to the bowl of meat. They are currently in the middle of that weird thing where they have the giant pile of meat, and everyone fights to try to eat all the meat, and it's savage and horrifying. Willie is not there.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna cast sending and to try and send a message to her.
Okay, you cast sending, and this is what happens. Hello, you've reached the thought space of Willie Murray. She can't take your message right now because she's currently in the middle of a very important meeting with a very important friend. Please leave your message after the tone.
God damn it.
Beep!
Oh god damn it! I had why? Okay, so this is my advice coming back to bite me. Just turn towards Will towards the mayor's house and head towards that.
Right, so you head to the mayor's office.
Who's back?
You go into the mayor's office. The secretary is working there. She's like, "Hello, how can I help you?"
I need to talk to Willie.
She works in the magic shop.
Check there. She wasn't checked. She wasn't there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. You know where Miss Shade lives normally.
Oh yeah. Miss Shade, she lives in she looks at you, she's like, okay, yeah, I recognize you now. Yeah, she lives in the graveyard.
All right, I'm just gonna head over. That makes sense. Head over there. God damn.
How long is this taking, by the way?
It's taking a while. I'm gonna say this is taking at least 40 minutes so far.
So all the rest of us are like, can we go do something else while this?
Yeah, you guys pick the next place you want to go to while this happens.
Honestly,
You
I want to say while this is going on, Tig slid into like the very back of the group with like a cup full of what appears to be dung beetle tea.
Nice.
Best kind of beetle tea.
I want to finish Letty Block's. I want to finish Letty's bit before we move on, just to get this out of the way. So eventually go to the graveyard. It's a very large graveyard, larger than the last time you saw it, in fact, for reasons that should be obvious to you.
Is there like a mausoleum or something?
There are a couple, yes.
I try. Are there a headstone on one that says Shade? Like maybe Shade or something like that.
Not a headstone on a mausoleum, no. They would have a sign.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you go around and eventually you do find one that says May Shade after about 20 minutes of searching.
Margin, no time to talk.
Letty, you are echoing straight to hell.
So are you.
Not on my end, man. Well, I mean, I am. Somebody here does not have headphones in.
I don't because I came back from work and I'm very sweaty.
That's fine.
Give me like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. So I barge in, yelling. And no time to explain. Magic artifact, rotting hand, need help now.
All right. You barge into the mausoleum, and you see Sharon is sitting on a coffin, drinking some tea. She's like, "I didn't understand half of those words, but okay."
God damn. I need May. May, where is she?
Oh yeah, she's in her bedroom right now. But do not disturb.
Yeah, this is a bit more important. This is kind of friggin' important.
You're about 10 feet away from her, but within a second, she is right into your face. She's like, "No, you didn't understand me. Do not disturb. It's a very important rule."
I just give a slasher grin. You can ask your sisters what happened into the last vampire that tried to get in my way.
She gives you her own slasher grin. Hers is better. I mean, she's a vampire. It's kind of their deal. And she's like, "Yeah, I heard about how you killed 2 of the newbies. That's really cool and all. But you're on your own right now, and you're not with your little friend with the little bombs. I really don't think you want to take this where you're trying to take it right now."
All right. Okay, you do have a point there. I don't. Point being, there's an artifact. We found an artifact of incredible power, and we need someone who actually knows her shit about that kind of thing.
Okay, well, here's what I'll do. When May is done having a very important moment of her life, I will tell her that you found an artifact of very and great importance, and that you need some help with it, and she'll get in touch with you when she's good and ready.
All right, fine. Fine. Bye. Teleport away.
Goodbye.
Wait, teleport back. Also, good luck. Tell her congratulations on finally having a thing with Willie. Teleport away.
Okay. So, an hour later, Ayara will return to Uderson, but for now, we have an hour of Ayara not being here. So, everyone else, what are you doing?
Head to the Temple of Gothmore, and from there the venture.
Yeah, how much would...
So we're skipping the travel supply store then?
Yeah, we should probably go there first.
I mean, you don't have to, it's just, it's on the way.
How much would those wands cost before we say we leave the magic shop?
The cantrip wands cost 100 GP each. The first level spell wands cost 500 GP each.
I did actually link a couple spells that could be useful.
Well, in an hour, you can do so.
I think I'll just grab a grease. I think that's a cantrip.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
Penis.
Hello! Erection.
Hello. Why?
Schlongstücke.
Anyways. Off to the travel supply shop, I suppose.
I was gonna say, do they have any spell books?
No.
Depends on what kind of spell books you're looking for.
Oh, any kind. It's the first shop to have them.
They do not have them, dude. Trust me on this.
Yeah. There's awakening your inner moon goddess. There's The tides of love, using the magic of the movement of the waves to recharge your love life. There's what's with all these healing crystals? And the wizard woodcut on the cover looks kind of like Jerry Seinfeld. A woodcut Jerry Seinfeld, if you will.
Fucking God.
There's tarot. Just do it. And then there's one dusty old book that doesn't have a legible title on its cover.
I would like to inspect that.
All right. You go to move to the book, but the Amazing Corrupt side, like in a flash, he runs right to you. Oh, whoa! That one is very old. It's not a magic book; it's a journal. You can't just touch that willy nilly unless you're gonna pay. I can't make another.
He's gonna give him a weird glance, like a long sympathy. No, all right, and just head back to the group.
All right, you guys all heading to travel supplies?
Yes.
Hi, sodas.
All right. Just let me jot a note down real quick. Okay. So you guys head to the travel supply shop. This is basically where you would get like normal adventuring gear. So if any of you need to stock up on that, like caltrops or whatever, this is where you would get it. The owner, he's a white human male, with
Caucasian or actually white?
Caucasian, very very tan, like almost leathery tan. Like he's like the Amazing Corrupt. He's in his mid-20s, but unlike the Amazing Corrupt, he's got a lot of wrinkles because he's seen a lot of sun. With like sort of like brownish blonde, like dirty blonde hair, and like not a full-fledged beard, but like a hipster beard, I guess. Kind of thin and scraggly beard. He's very lean and gangly. He's wearing a preposterously oversized backpack for no apparent reason. He's in slightly too short khaki shorts and a short sleeve shirt. And he has a vaguely skunk-like smell. Like, it's not super strong. It's not like a skunk stink where you'd actually be choking. But it's like, this guy smells like
Burning rubber.
some sort of very potent herb. Hey guys, welcome to my travel shop. I'm Plucky Paul. Have you made sure to cut meat out of your diets?
Hell no.
Oh, you gotta go vegetarian. That's how you live clean, man.
Kinda
I
can't.
live in the jungle. Clean is not an option for me.
Ah, man.
Seriously,
That's why you gotta
I raised
go
my
in the
arm. Smell.
forest. No, I'm cool, bro. Or ga? Yeah, ga. I'm sorry, bra's my usual termination. I don't get a lot of ladies in the shop. Don't know why, but hey, Plucky Paul just rolling with the punches, man. Gotta love the great outdoors, though. Jungle for you, forest for me. Taking nice, lovely hikes, seeing some shrubs and shit. Lots of mushrooms. You guys want some trail rations? And he's got a bag of trail mix.
Lelia has 100 GP worth of on the trail food, so she's good.
Or do you need like this 10-foot pole for checking if there's a lurker above or a lurker below?
Oh yeah.
Or are you just here to look around? That's cool. Everything's cool, bros.
So it's all in the store.
I mean, the store itself is just like literally, it's the equipment you would find in the core rulebook. Like it's caltrops, it's crowbars, it's stuff for hiking and exploring dungeons and traveling the world.
So nothing really special then.
Nothing particularly unique, save for Plucky Paul, the shop owner.
Actually, I think I will grab some rope, just in case I need to leash someone.
Silken or hempen?
Silk feels better.
Yeah, I think I'll go with silk.
Well, that's your choice. I always go with hemp.
As Lilia says this underneath her breath, Aerie gives her a glance.
Yep, so you guys new in town? I haven't seen any of you before.
Actually, Lelia, you got a lot of chokers. How many? You can spare one. I need to actually make a leash.
The one. I only have the one.
Oh well.
I don't get it.
I'm making a leash for when Aora gets back.
That's funny.
Hey, you guys want some over-the-counter stuff? Like, he digs out and he's like, I bet I know what you're looking for. And he gets out a bag of, like, several bags of various things. One is definitely a bag of marijuana. There's one with white powder, and one with a sort of pinkish ground powder. Yeah,
It's
like
snail shell.
this. He points to the plant. Yeah, this is this, as we all know, is pipeweed. And
You ate the
we've
hobbit
been
and took
calling
their
this
pipeweed?
angel shavings, and this some kooky guy I met. He told me this. He says they're calling it snail shell.
Called it.
Damn it.
They expand your minds.
At this, Tiggy's gonna raise an eyebrow. Would you like some tea?
Whoa, little man, I'd love some tea. Green tea, maybe?
Oh, completely natural. I promise.
Heck yeah, man.
Hand him over his cup. Have a sip. If you like it, I can make more.
Oh yeah, this tastes natural. Oh.
Very natural.
He drinks the whole thing. Oh man, I don't know what's in that, but I can tell that was some good, all-natural, non-magically induced stuff.
Exactly. You know, it's rare to find someone who appreciates the finer things. You know,
Oh yeah,
just
gotta go all naturals.
Just
Was there
fresh dung beetle tea straight from the horse stalls.
Oh yeah, man, dung beetle tea. I should have known it off the bat.
You didn't expect that to get him, did you?
A little bit. He's so anti-eating stuff.
Aww.
And he's like, wait a minute. You didn't leave the beetles in.
Oh, yeah, that's how you know it's good.
Oh my god! And he immediately ducks into the employee's room and you hear retching.
I think we're done here.
He has left the store unattended.
Whoa! Whoa! Well, now,
And
what's in here?
And now the rogue is finally gonna get to steal stuff for the first goddamn time.
Nope, she
He has,
stole
he
it.
has 50 gold pieces worth of money in the cash register. That's first of all.
What?
He also has several bags of snail shell below the counter.
Yep. I'm taking that.
I'm also going to grab some just general supplies, but I will look through the lists later. And
Yeah, and you can figure out what it is later. You don't have to do it right now, shopping wise. But yeah. So if you guys need any
I
basic
still would be very
traveling
interested in
supplies,
new drugs and whatnot.
you can just
Not to
say
use,
you
just to
stole it
break down
while
and
he
figure
was
out if they're
out.
useful.
Hmm. Hmm.
No,
That was great.
opposed to such pettiness, but
No?
I'm sure my god would approve.
Okay, so I'm going to say that interaction took at most 20 minutes. So 40 minutes until Aora gets back. Where do we want to go?
Now we can.
In the venture.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
All right. You go to the docks, and eventually you go to the only ship in the docks that is at port. The docks are mostly abandoned, but there are some lights on board a fairly large ship called the Venture. You know this because it says on the side, the Venture. It's mostly abandoned, but there seems to be a light inside the captain's quarters. Do you go on board?
Lily shouts hello.
Damn it.
Okay, so Lelia shouts hello. A person appears in the window of the captain's quarters looking out, and then they go back to wherever they were inside.
I think we were just ignored.
You are correct.
Alright, so let's get a move on. And Lily leaves the docks.
Great investigation.
Real top notch, Lelia. Clearly, you use all of your rental facilities there. Truly, you could be the next great scholar.
Nowhere
So
we hear AR nagging.
that took, let's say, 15 minutes. So we still have 15
Aora isn't
minutes.
here, so she can't snark.
So we still have 15 minutes until something else happens.
Let's go grab lunch.
They are okay. Yeah, there's a couple of small restaurants. None of them are particularly notable, but I'm just gonna name one because I don't want to have to think of several on the fly.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's call this the Uderson House of Pancakes.
Sold.
So you guys go into the Uderson House of Pancakes.
Is Buddy with us?
I left him in the cart.
I am assuming you guys leave Buddy in the cart to avoid having to tell him not to kill people every time you have interactions.
Yeah.
So you guys go into the Uderson House of Pancakes. There is a waitress manning the place, looking very bored. There's absolutely no one else in this restaurant. Hello. Welcome to the Uderson House of Pancakes. Do you want some food?
Yes.
Okay. She says, just sit wherever. She takes out some menus and blows dust off of them. You guys sit wherever, I assume. And she comes up to you with menus that has basic breakfast food on it.
Layla will take an omelet.
Okay, just a normal omelet, just standard, nothing special.
All meat.
All
So
meat
bacon.
omelet.
So
Okay.
bacon, sausage.
What about you, miss?
I'll have 2 of everything.
She looks up and she looks at you, and you see in the hollow recesses of her eyes just a slight hint of restaurant workers' defiance. And she says, cool. And you, miss?
I'm sorry, I have food in my mouth right now.
Okay, I'll go to the goblin. You, sir?
Well, I'm recently out of tea. Do you guys got tea?
I have coffee.
Sure.
Okay.
Black, no additives.
Radio.
And pancakes. Pour all
right.
the syrup and shit on them you can.
Do you want like a short stack or do you want the special?
What's the special?
It's like 2 short stacks.
Do it.
All right, your order will be out. And she looks at what you've ordered. I don't know, like 2 hours. And then she goes back to the kitchen. She puts on an apron, puts her hair into a hairnet, and begins cooking all of your food.
Jesus. I've been to places like this. The wait is real. Oh.
You need some help there?
Yeah, we used to have other staff members.
I can cook. Move over.
Oh
I get up.
God.
This will be fun.
Okay.
I pull
But
a
I'm not
tarp
gonna
out.
like cut you any deals on the bill or anything.
I pull a tarp out of my Froghemoth backpack, tie it around my front like an apron, and join her at the stove.
Aw. Do a profession cooking. Or craft food, whichever you have. No, it would be called craft services.
God damn
I
it.
don't get it.
Oh.
15 minutes into your guys' wait for your food, Ayara reappears at the magic shop. The amazing Krupp is currently dusting something when you pop back in, and he's like, "Oh, you're back."
What's up? Wasn't able to find able to get any help on the artifact, sadly. However, it should be coming. It should be able to come back with results in about a couple hours, maybe.
Cool.
Do you know where my friends went?
They said something about going to the travel supplies, then the docks.
All right, all right. Thanks, man. All right, thanks, man. I'm just heading to the docks.
Okay. You go to the docks. You find a ship. There's only one ship at the docks called the Essence Venture. The ship has like no crew on board, but there is a light in the captain's quarters.
I kind of shout, "Hello! Anyone in there?"
A shape of a person appears in the window. They look out, they squint, and then they go back to where they were inside the captain's quarters.
I flip off the ship, and then head into and try and look for the rest and look for the rest of the group.
Nice. Do a knowledge local.
All right.
Okay. With that knowledge local, you figure out that there's only one place they could have gone. The Temple of Henram. And you head on over.
All right.
When you enter the Temple of Henram, there's one person sitting in the priest's chair.
Hello?
At the pulpit. The priest's throne. That's what I'm going to call it. I feel like that's even worse, but that's what I'm going to stay with.
It's a pretty accurate description.
As a Catholic, I would say no, but okay. So there's one person sitting in the priest's throne. He is wearing the clothes of a high priest of Henran, and they very clearly do not fit his body. He's very young. In fact, he might be a teenager. He might be 15. He might have been an altar boy. He sees you coming in and says, "Oh, but welcome to the Church of Henran, noble follower."
Not really a follower of Henry myself, but no, thank you.
Well, you have a human shape, so you know you're one of us in some respects.
I take off one of my gauntlets, kind of showing that there's purple scales underneath it. You sure?
I mean, lots of people have disfigurements. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh.
AR is kind of looks. Is it like your expression doesn't change?
Caffeine.
Your expression doesn't really change, but it gets her brain just kind of gets a bit more menacing. I was born with this, with these scales. All of this is a little thing in the way. This is the sort. This scale. This is from a dragon, and a dragon in my bloodline. It is the source of my power. With it, I can bend the laws of physics over a barrel and fuck it like it's your mother on Friday night.
We really shouldn't talk like that in a church, ma'am.
Guess who doesn't give a damn?
Okay.
Quite frankly, I've heard of what the people of Penryn have done in this.
He's shrinking back in his chair, and he's looking very uncomfortable.
I'm kind of slowly kind of moving, advancing towards him, and as I get closer, I've heard of what you did, what the the children of Henran have done in this town. So far, it is most assuredly what many would call a dick move. Hell, like if I were a pettier person, I would massacre you right now.
Okay.
I mean, hell, if you were among the people, if you were among the people who did it, you got to be splattered all over this church.
All right, I believe you. I think that is definitely something that would happen. Okay.
So I'm just going to be here to tell you something. If you or your church holds any more of that kind of shit, I will find out, and I will come for you. I have a certain set of skills that makes me a nightmare to people like you.
Go.
God damn it!
And when I find you, and I will at this point I'm inches away from his face.
At this point, he's like retracted completely into his robes, like he is curled up in a fetal position in his two big rolls, and he looks more like a child than ever.
You are bullying a kid right now. I hope you realize that.
This kid is a member of a church that slaughtered innocent people because they looked funny.
Yeah, kid. Kids don't dictate church policy.
First of all, I'm relaying a message for one.
Okay, keep going.
And so in conclusion, if any members of the congregation that if they pull any more shit like they have done before, I will find them, and I will come for them, and I will make them beg the sweet release of death.
Okay.
And I stay. Turn around and leave.
He says nothing in reply, and just sort of sits huddled in the fetal position in his chair, looking very terrified. All right, so your friends weren't there. I guess the Temple of Gotchmore is the last place you have to check out. Meanwhile, in the Uderson House of Pancakes, Talia and the waitress are cooking your food as fast as they can, but they are also cooking a shitload of food. It's been about 25 minutes so far. What's everyone else doing in the restaurant?
So, any topics?
Did I just hear everyone to speechlessness?
I think it's more of it they're just sitting in a restaurant, kind of in awkward silence, because everyone's still very uncomfortable around each other in character.
Fair enough.
Though not as much as before.
I'm just kind of sleeping in my chair at this point.
Mordi, who I think probably would not have teleported with Ayara,
So, any topics?
I saw a really cool mouse.
What?
The hell? That was loud.
What happened?
Yeah,
don't know.
I think it came from you when you were like sitting down or something.
I had to. For some reason, Discord's not talking to my damn headphones today.
Discord? So Morty says, I saw a really cool mouse. And when you guys weren't looking, I flew down and ate it. So that's what happened to me.
Was that able to fill you up?
In this form, yeah, it was a pretty good treat. So what do you think about this whole situation in this town here?
Honestly, it's fucked.
Yeah, I'd second that assessment.
Feel pretty bad for that Ivan guy. Meanwhile, in the Temple of Gotchmore, you enter the Temple of Gotchmore, and when you do, you realize that all the doors inside the temple are 4 feet tall at the most. It's actually really cramped. I forget how tall you stand, but you've got.
I wanted to be the tallest.
It's a low ceiling room. Ivan would not fit in this room. You'd have to hunch down a bit to just avoid touching the ceiling. Overall, it's very small on the inside, even though on the outside it's a fairly large temple. You hear the scurrying and clacking of claws on floor, and out pops a little green kobold. Yes, hello. What's going on? Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Human.
Not human. Ifrit.
And he went to you. Oh, is that why the horn situation's going on up there?
That and, well, this. I take off my gauntlet again and show like the purple scales.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, Dragon Ancestry will do that to you.
Oh, a human of dragon ancestry. How novel. Well, I assume you're trying to pray because you have a distant relation?
Mainly looking for some friends of mine.
Are you friends kobolds?
I didn't know. All I heard was that there's a Temple of God more in this town. I didn't know it catered exclusively to kobolds.
Pretty much. Not a lot of other people to worship Gosmore these days. Every now and then we get some humanoid who comes in here, talks about their dragon ancestry for a bit, how great it is, they can shoot fire or lightning or whatever. And
it is pretty nice.
Make some token show of worshiping our goddess, and then they go out and continue enjoying their lives and relative privilege as a humanoid, you know the sort.
I don't know. I'm pretty. I did say that people are going to start worshiping Gotcha quite a bit soon.
Oh god.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
The existence of the dragon puppy mill probably really help with that.
He looks at you and
That's
he's like, "What the hell is a dragon puppy mill?"
It's a fucked up thing. Long and short of it is, don't be surprised if you see a wyvern flying overhead.
The kobold raises an eyebrow and he's like, "Okay, I'll get right on that."
Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy. It sounds kind of insane when you say it out loud, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. Sorry for bothering you.
No, not at all. I'm sorry your friends aren't here.
All right. Is there like a place to eat around here?
Oh, yes. There's the large lads. And then there's Gwendolyn's. Let's see, what others? There is the Patty Dukes and McDonald's. Let me see, any others? Those are the only ones I can remember visiting the couple of times I've been out on the surface, but there's probably a couple of others.
All right. Oh yeah. Also, so I do want, and if there is one other thing, I take it out like the piece of job from like the dragon skull I got from the Temple of Gotch more in Makin. This was from the Temple of Gotch more in Makin. Long story short, there's a cult of Rubicante worshippers there, and they smash the altar of Rubicante. It's not much, but this was. I figured this would have a better place in an actual Temple of Gotchamore.
His eyes go wide at your story. His lip quivers. He's like, "My sister was the high priest of Gotchamore in Makin.
I promise you, she was a bitch.
Her husband helped new worshippers know how to pray."
I know. I met him.
And he doesn't say much more than that. He just kind of holds the jawbone, and he's wide-eyed. Aww. He doesn't know how to interpret it at first, but eventually he hugs you back, and he makes a sort of choking sound, like a. Not as if he's actually choking, but just sort of this little guttural heaving noise.